Another month, another book haul, another instance where I look myself in the mirror and say, Mike, you definitely have a problem. You have a bigger problem than you have a room. And speaking of room, hey, what's up, bookworms? Mike back with another book haul, this time for August of 2021. I suspect this is going to be the last large one for a while. A little bit still residuals from the birthday and things like that. But hey, these are always good problems to have. I want to kick this off like I usually do by talking about a little digital purchase that I made. I only made one this month. And this one, it was actually more manga. This is one you guys, ever since I started saying I was going to read manga, you guys have been flooding me with recommendations. And this one comes up constantly. This is Vagabond. I don't recall the artist or the writer's name at the moment, but I'm pretty sure if you're into manga, you know what Vagabond is. But again, guys, I had saved up so much Comixology credits over the years that I had been saving up for Saga. And after 3 years, I finally said, forget it. It's never coming out, because I just had this to be where it was just going to be automatic. Whenever a new Saga came out, it just bought it. So now that Saga is rumored to be coming back, then I'll be kind of up a creek. But hey, we'll worry about that when it gets here. After September was very, very busy with a lot of reading things, but I do plan on getting back on the manga. I'm starting back on Berserk right now, and I'm about, I don't know, a couple trades into the Falcon of the Millennium Empire arc. But let's get into a couple of the physical purchases I bought this month. And yes, guys, comics and manga really is a dangerous, dangerous slope. Speaking of Saga here, I did complete that series. Someone bought me volume 1, so I had to go ahead and get volume 2 and 3. This is, again, a book collecting problem. Somebody buys you one, you should be happy with that, but no, you've got to complete the set. And these are such handsome additions. I didn't mind doing it. And I'm going to be doing a Why You Should Read for Saga sometime in September, for Sci-Fi September, so I didn't mind going all out for that. Again, this is my favorite modern comic, probably still rolling right now. If you want to consider it, I mean, like, again, guys, 3 years, yeah, that's a long time. But it's not like we're talking about like George R. Martin links here. It's going to come back eventually. I am sure of that. I hope, and I hope the magic is still there. I also hope that I really do like Vinland Saga, guys, because I got 4 volumes of it now. And I've never read a page. I just think these are just such handsome little hardcover things. And I feel like this is one of those that, yeah, they're all under like 20 bucks right now. But I feel like over time, these are going to start to get harder and harder to find. I don't know. I might be way off on that. I don't know. It just seems like there's always, when I was doing comic collecting, if you didn't get these little hardcover omnibuses when they first came out, all of a sudden you find them on eBay like a couple weeks later for 300 bucks. You're like, what's going on? You're like, oh, they only printed like 500 of them. It's like, what the hell? What are you guys thinking? So I hope I like that. And I hope I like Junji Ito, because I keep buying stuff from Junji Ito. Smashed. This was a pretty good deal that I found used, and it's like brand new. You know, it's one of those things, you find some of these, it's like it's brand new, but they can't sell it as brand new. So they have to sell it at the used cost. And I say, I will take that. So I'm reading Uzumaki in spooky season in October, but it's just sometimes, like I've said, guys, sometimes you have a feeling there's going to be an author that you love, and if this guy really is like everything horror in Japan, I'm pretty sure I'm going to like all of his work, so I'm looking forward to it. Another one that I got in this, guys, was purely aesthetic. I mean, I've heard everything great about it, but not enough to really go out and splurge for it. But these deluxe editions are just so sexy. I couldn't say no when I had a birthday gift card. It's almost like elephant skin. It's so nice. But this one and Vagabond, I think I get kind of mixed up about which one's which. I said that at the time I didn't have Vagabond on that list of 10 that I wanted to try, because I felt like it was too similar to, or no, I didn't have this one on there because I felt like it was too similar to Vagabond. People are like, you're crazy, it's nothing like one. Hey, I don't know. Hey, this is just me. I'm still a noob at this thing, but again, these are so nice. You know, I got those Helsing ones. I would love to have the Berserk ones, but they're still price gouging due to Mr. Miura's unfortunate passing. But that's kind of where I am with the manga for now. I did actually get some books, guys, in August. Of course, on release day, I did get the new Stephen King. That's a given. I'm always going to get the new Stephen King. I had a pre-order forever, and I think it has such an awesome cover. I saw the UK cover, and for once, we had the superior cover here, guys. And I think even people in the UK kind of agree with that. So nice textures, like foil. The covers, the last few books he's had, has just been really, really awesome. And I did a full review for it on the channel if you missed it. A series I haven't gotten into, or an author I haven't gotten into, is Anthony Ryan. But I wanted to kind of go ahead and get this. Is it Raven's Blade or Raven's Mark? Raven's Shadow. There's so many Raven series. Raven's Shadow trilogy. I think this is book 2 or 3. Can't remember. It would help to know these things. Eventually, I'm going to read Bloodsong, and I hope I like it. I've always heard mixed things about this trilogy. A lot of people love how it begins and hate how it ends, and that's always something that kind of pushed it down the TBR for me just a little bit. But it'll happen. It'll happen eventually. I mean, look at all the stuff I've read this year that I didn't plan on reading. Speaking of next year, something I'm going to read is the Bradley P. Boyer, I know I'm never going to say it right. His Songs of the Shattered Sands series, Song of the Shattered Sands, and this is the last book in that series. He actually had sent me a bunch of stuff before, and I wanted the matching edition, so I did order the one from Gallant's overseas, and he signed it for me. Very nice gentleman. Actually spoke with him via email before I did it, just making sure that. He humored me when I asked him, just, hey, could you tell me, the dimensions of it so I make sure that it matches everything else you sent me? He's like, yes, it does. But yeah, the fact that he took the time to do that. And I ordered this overseas during the virus that shall not be named. Guys, it was here in like less than a week. So they are on top of their stuff there. And I can't wait to start his series. Me and Jane on my Discord, one of my moderators, we're planning on starting that sometime next year. Not an exact date when we're going to start, but I'm very excited to do it because I've been told it is the hidden gem of fantasy. And the last time someone told me that, it was Faithful and the Fallen, one of my favorite fantasy series of all time. So I'm hoping to have the same luck there. Let's get into some of the things that you wonderful, kind, beautiful people sent me in August. First up, I got a couple from some indie authors that I don't really know much about the series, but I'm going to kind of drop you guys a link below and you can check it out, and a link for you to purchase them off Amazon if you're looking for them. This is Chaos Reigns, Oath Broken by Jared, I'm sorry, give me a note there, Jared Smith. And this one is from a first-time fantasy author, Brendan Nichols. This is called The Ignition. So thank you guys for sending these over. I do appreciate it. Don't know when I'll be able to get to something like that, but I do appreciate it. And like I said, guys, I will drop a link for you below. And then I got one. I've actually heard this one. This is from Cameron Johnson. This is called The Magnificent Seven. There's this Facebook group that someone invited me to, a fantasy group. It's got like 30,000 users. There's people that are reading this, and they're really, really liking it. I don't know if this actually came from Cameron, if this came from the publisher, because it did have like this little information flyer in it like you would get if you were getting this like at a convention or something like that. But they've kind of sold this to me on that Facebook page as it's if Joe Abercrombie wrote the Suicide Squad. And I say, well, that sounds like fun for sure. But I've heard of this guy. I know he had a series before this, so he sounds like an up-and-comer. I could see that one. Again, I'll drop links to these lesser-known authors down below because I like to give them a little bit of rub since I don't have the time to read their stuff right now. And this one is great. This is Stephen Arian. He is actually on my Discord, published author. The Coward is the name of the book, but he sent me this really awesome note. First of all, he sent me a postcard with freaking John Constantine Hellblazer on it. So already this is awesome. But then the note he wrote says, to Mike, keep up the good work with the honest reviews and ignore the fucking haters who can't cope with a different opinion. Best wishes, Steven. Thank you, Steven. This is awesome. And the book looks really kick-ass. I really love the cover design. It's really awesome. So again, guys, when I'm able to get to more independent stuff after Malazan ends, I will definitely love to give you guys some rub on the channel for sure. So thank you for thinking of me. And again, guys, drop down below, give them, check out their stuff, give them a quick little, maybe give them a star rating or something on Goodreads. Help them out if you can, because that's where, all those authors that we love, guys, they were all in this position at one time too. So I know everybody has a lot of attitudes about independent authors, but everyone's got to start somewhere, and I'm always happy to help any way that I can, even if it means I can't read them at this moment. Moving along here, I did get some more manga from you guys. This is insane. This is from Kellen. Kellen sent me some stuff before. This is too much. These are not cheap. These are not cheap, but I now have the complete set of the Helsing Deluxes, and man, you guys are just too, you guys are almost excited as I am about, you're more excited than I am about me reading manga, aren't you? I love it. I love that you guys keep doing that. Just like with this one. This is from Nathan. Nathan sent me volumes 1 and 2 of Akira. And that's one that I was tempted, guys, to move this into Sci-Fi September, but I just knew that September was just really, really packed, and I didn't want to neglect that Dune reread that I'm going to do. But I was tempted, I really was. But yeah, this is on my top 10 list of the mangas that I want to read. So thank you for that. And Nathan, he also sent me The True Bastards. This is book 2 in the Lotlands trilogy by Jonathan French. And what really stuck with me on this is the note that Nathan sent me said something to the effect of, it has 247 uses of the word fuck in it, and I thought that you would appreciate it. Well, you know me oh so well, my good friend. I do appreciate that, and this is a series I would really like to move up into 2022 if I can, because the last book is coming out, I believe, this fall from Dustin. I didn't even know that there was a Tolkien translation of The Green Knight. Obviously, this is very, very hot right now due to the new movie release, which I talked about in my most recent weekly update. And not most week, it was 2 weeks ago. But this one is something I would very much like to revisit. I would actually like sometime next year to revisit this and Beowulf, since I have the Tolkien translation of both of them now. I think that would be a lot of fun to talk about. And I'm pretty sure my guy Philip would love to talk to me about these things, so that would be a really great time. Connor, again, he's the one who sent me his personal copy of Empire of Silence when I was struggling to find that on hardcover. Well, he also sent me his personal copy of Nolan. This is the next book in the new series by Michael J. Sullivan. You know what? I wanted to get this from Michael J. Sullivan himself. And what the thing was, I was like, but I'm going to wait until the new series is complete, because I know he'll have like a really awesome box set or something for it. But that's quite all right. I am very excited to continue reading more Michael J. Sullivan. I know a lot of people are like, hey, you got all these series that you want to read, but you don't really seem to have time for them. As soon as Malazan's over, guys, it's going to be a free-for-all. It's going to be great. It's going to be wild. Now, this one might be a little... I don't know. Some people are weird about it now. I'm not. I never shrug off classic literature. I think classic literature is very important. I've talked about classic literature and why I love it many times on this channel. I feel like a lot of people want to delete everything from history, and that'll make everything that they don't like go away. Me, I'm like, hey, I feel like we need those snapshots in time to remember what things were like. I think that's very, very important. And a very, very important part of that was Mark Twain for me. I read Huck Finn, I read Tom Sawyer, I read Yankee and King Arthur's Court, and all the way back in like junior high. And my mother actually sent this to me for my birthday, a very nice leatherbound edition. It's got those. It also has The Tragedy of Pudd'nhead Wilson and The Prince and the Pauper. I think I haven't read the Pudd'nhead one, but I've read the rest. But this is something I would very much love to revisit. Take me back to my childhood a little bit, but a very, very handsome collection. Barnes & Noble continues to just knock it out of the park with these collections. These leather bounds that they do are just awesome. So I think Mark Twain is a very important author, and I think if you're skipping him for reasons, I think that's just kind of ignorant in my opinion. But again, I respect your decision to read whatever you want to read, guys. That's just kind of my thing here. As long as you're reading, it don't matter to me what you're reading. This one's from Michelle Valkyrie on my Discord server here. She sent me the Stephen King compendium, and I gotta thank her for she sent this to my P.O. box, and it was actually in birthday wrap. She actually wrapped the present physically by herself. That's just so awesome and so thoughtful. Thank you. And you know exactly what I like here when I get a little more Stephen King for my shelves. I do appreciate that. It's such a thoughtful thing to do. At this age, it's like when you get a gift that's actually like gift wrapped, it's like, wow, this brings back the memories of, you know, actually getting most things these days. People give you a gift card, or, you know, they give you a high five. You know, that's kind of where you get when you're at this age, guys. You're not having birthday parties or something. At least I'm not. I don't know, but I did appreciate it. It was very, very thoughtful. Now, last month I told you guys about this one viewer, Joseph, that had been spoiling me. Well, he continued to do so this month by sending me just a treasure trove of things, I guess you would say. And I can't even reach them all. There's so many. First off, I hope that you are not going broke doing this. I do severely appreciate it. I hope that you do know that. He sent me the whole collection of Ender here by Orson Scott Card. I still have only read Ender's Game. I'm going to be reviewing Ender's Game on the channel this month for Sci-Fi September, but I've never read the sequels, and I've always been kind of scared to. Well, you're kind of pushing me towards doing at least the first Ender saga here before we get into the Ender Shadow. But yeah, this is really cool collection, and I'm glad to have these in the collection, as I love Ender's Game. It's one of my favorite science fiction books ever written. Author I don't know a ton about is Robert Jackson Bennett, but I know he's got two actually a third book in his, is it Foundry Side? Whatever the third book in that series is coming out, I think next year. They just released a cover, and it's really, really cool. But I don't know anything about the Divine Cities trilogy. But again, it's an author that has a lot of clout, an author I've heard a lot about. So I feel like this is probably where I should start before I do that other one. And this is another one of those that kind of falls in the 2022, 2023 kind of range of once I'm done with all these huge read-alongs, I'm not doing that again. I can start to get into some of these other, completed trilogies and things like that. Try to find room here. He also sent me, this is book number 2 of the Raven Shadow series by Anthony Ryan. So I have that complete series. I love these trades that you can just beat the crap out of. Here's the thing is I always say I'm not buying it unless it's on hardcover. That was something I got over when I bought those Malazan mass markets. But I love trades now. I've gotten so used to trades because you can open them all the way and the spine doesn't crack. You can read them flat on your desk. I love that so much. So I love these almost more than I love the hardcovers at this point because you can beat the crap out of them a little bit and they're fine, but also, they don't weigh 7 pounds. That's always a really nice thing. But that's a series I don't know. That one doesn't even have an ETA at the moment. I'm glad that I have it, and I've heard really great things about the man. You guys know how I feel about Folio Society. Sent me more Folio Society stuff. This is The Road by Cormac McCarthy, the awesome Folio edition. I know I had some hot takes about Blood Meridian, but I loved The Road. I thought The Road was fantastic. I said I felt like the game The Last of Us really just stole this idea, and it's just an awesome book and an awesome edition, very, very deserving of the Folio treatment, as well as one of my favorite. If you watch my top 10 horror novels of all time, you will see that Richard Matheson's I Am Legend is on there. And I Am Legend is a great book. I don't care what age you are, I don't care what kind of genre you're into. This is one I think that you're going to love. It's not the kind of horror that you guys are thinking of. Yes, there are, vampires in it. But it's very much a examination of humanity, I think, and kind of how the human psyche deals with mass solitude. It's a really, really great story that I think everyone should read, and I love it. So thank you very much for those. I love anytime I get some Folio stuff. But there's more, guys. He knows what a Lovecraft nut I am. You see these gigantic Lovecraft ones. This is the Call of Cthulhu. The art in here, guys, is just amazing. It's so cool. I just reread this and The Mountains of Madness last year, but I almost want to reread them again with these awesome picture books. So it's just phenomenal looking stuff. I didn't even know stuff like this existed. This is so cool. I don't even know how you found this, and I'm glad that my shelves have a spot big enough to put them on because they are just awesome. Look at these things. So cool. Joseph, you are the man. Thank you so much. Again, I'm glad that you enjoyed the channel this month. Oh, one more thing. He also sent me this mug, this R2D2 mug. Yeah. I had to fight my 6-year-old. He really wants it. But there's a few more things, guys. These are things I wouldn't exactly call like of the bookish variety, but I want to talk about them. My 9-year-old got me a little tiny Sauron. It's kind of funny because when we went to Renfest out here a few years ago, he actually went to Sauron for Halloween, and he wore his little tiny Sauron outfit when he was 6 to the Renfest, and it was a huge hit. Like everyone stopped and wanted to take pictures with him and stuff. So he got me this Funko Pop. I got some really weird comments on my Instagram about this, about why would I put Funko Pops on my shelf, and I was really completely confused about what this was about. So I asked my Discord, and apparently there's some bigger booktuber who said that if you have Funko Pops on your shelf, you're like a fucking moron or something. Well, here I am, guys, I guess, because it's Lord of the Rings. I don't collect Funkos or anything, but if people send them to me or my kid gets them for me, yeah, sure, my kids like to come in here and feel like they're part of the program now, so I'll always go with that. I love it. I got it right next to the Balrog of Morgoth now. Another one, I got some Dark Tower gifts from a viewer. One's back there on the pistol. He got me a little button of this. Can you see it? It's the Ka symbol. I have the shirt of it. I'm gonna put this on one of these bookshelves here somewhere. But he got me this really awesome. This is from Michael. Got me this really awesome mouse pad of all the Dark Tower books, but they're like VHS tapes. So cool, because you know what? I didn't have a mouse pad. I'm using one of those laser ones, and I used to say I need to get a mouse pad because I feel like it doesn't really get as good of a grip. And he also sent me a really personal letter. I'm not going to read it here because it was very personal. But Michael, know that I do appreciate everything you said, and I'm happy that I was able to help during that really rough stretch that you've had. I do appreciate it, my man. This drawing came from Andrew, and I'm sorry to say that the frame that you sent it in, Andrew, it was shattered beyond repair. But I was able to save the drawing. This is myself as the gunslinger from Stephen King's The Dark Tower. Very awesome drawing. And obviously there's a couple tie-ins there, Cujo, things like that. I love it. It is really, really kick-ass. So I'm going to have it reframed and hung up somewhere in here. So I just want to let you know that I did get it. I do appreciate it. It is absolutely stunning, awesome work. Keep doing what you do, my man. One more thing, I did a video for this, so I got the awesome box from some of my viewers. And you know what is really weird about this is I made that video for the people who sent that to me. That was my way of thanking them. So because I didn't want anybody to get forgotten. And I saw like this Reddit thread. Somebody pulled this thread to my attention. Guys, I don't frequent Reddit. People on Reddit think that Murderbot's the greatest book of all time, so it tells I don't really care what Reddit thinks. But there's this one user who was saying he wanted some recommendations for BookTube, but not to recommend Mike's book reviews because all he talks about is things that people send him or videos about diet advice. Now look, man, I've made 2 videos. Oh, the best part was he said I don't actually talk about books. And I was like, I've made 2 videos in the last year, basically, that weren't about books. And you're really going to say you want a channel that talks about books, not mine. Look, I know you can't please everybody with this, but with this, guys, this was me saying thank you to those people who took the time and the money out of their own life to send me something really, really nice. So I wanted to say thank you to them. So I'm not sorry that I made a video like that. So again, if you feel like I've got to be 100% books all the time, look, I think I'm 99.99999. I'm going to do one off the books video every like 6 weeks, every 2 months or something like that. And I don't think that it's a problem. It's really easy to just not click on that video. But again, if you really think that that's what this channel is, I mean, you really obviously haven't been around very much. But guys, this is why I stay off Reddit. It's hilarious because I don't talk about books now. That's great. Really, really wild. Anyways, weird rant to end the episode with. As always, guys, thank you so much for everything you sent me this month. I guess I need to tell myself to calm down a little bit on my own purchasing now. Now that those gift cards from the birthday have exhausted themselves, because guys, what was I going to do? Hang on to them? Yeah. Anyway, that was my month, guys. What did you get in August? Drop in the comments and let me know, and I will talk to you there.